No! You, stand over there. You, secure the scene. Put up the tape and barricade. So first, what I have to do, I have to first obtain medical assistance if needed. I need the ambulance right now. Right. Then, I arrest the suspects. You are under arrest for being on the crime scene. You are a suspect. Then, I get someone to put up the barricades, as she is greatly doing as we're
Oh my God!
This is important to secure the scene because it is to have minimal contamination to any of the objects here. And it is also good to have less disturbance to them so we do not lose any evidence.
After securing the scene, it's important to establish a common approach path. This is important as when you enter and exit the scene, it's to cause the least amount of disturbance to the evidence as possible. Stop! Okay, as you can see, our investigator here has a nice little outfit on. He has gloves as to not get his fingerprints on anything. He's got little shoe covers down there as to not get footprints anywhere. Yes, and he has this nice, cute little badge to show that he is an investigator.
Securing the crime scene and separating the witness, we must investigate the crime scene itself. And in this way, we have a linear path to take since it's a very small area. We collect the evidence using the evidence markers, and the evidence markers have rulers on them. And with the rulers, we can measure with the chosen path method of the linear. We are now going to collect the evidence using the markers, measuring them, and with my job as the medical examiner, I'm here to discover how this fella here died, under what circumstances, and how they died, and so much more.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Okay, so when we're taking the pictures of all this evidence, you might be thinking, how do you do that properly? I'm about to show you. So, you put these little markers, yeah, you see that? Yep. You put a little marker and you label it. You have to label all the evidence. And then you stand above it, make sure the lighting is good. Might want to zoom in a little. You want to be about, like a foot or 2 or 3 above. And then you take the picture. So, sometimes when you're taking pictures of evidence, you gotta get a few measurements, right? So here is what we do. I have my friend Lucky helping me out. We find 2 objects that are permanent. They will not move. Here we have a tire, and then I'm gonna put it up to the hammer, and we measure
108 inches.
108 inches. But that's not all. That is not all. Because then you have to measure it from another immovable object. Maybe a wall. Maybe a couch.
$159.
159 inches.
Don't mind him. He's just a witness.
With the evidence now numbered and is now photographed, it is time to collect the evidence. Metal and plastic forceps are used to pick up small items, such as this bloody cotton pad. The cotton pad will be put inside a wrapping paper to prevent the growth of mold. The charred debris, such as this burnt paper,
You're packing this all up, right?
will be put inside an airtight metal container to prevent any evaporation. The hammer and the chain
What if it rains?
will be put inside the plastic bags because they are too big to fit in any of the other containers to be used. The label and the seal are important because it shows the chain of custody, adds credibility and control to the add credibility and control to the ability and to identify the item.
When creating a crime scene sketch, you're gonna first label north, and you're gonna have the scale of distance labeled on the back of the paper, and all important objects such as the body and weapons are gonna be labeled on the sketch, and they're gonna be measured at least from two immovable objects also in the scene, like a wall or anything. And you have to include all other objects in the vicinity, the time, the location, the date, and the name, the case number, and the names of whoever sketched and verified the sketch. And the final sketch is usually created on a computer, but we have Adam here, so.
So we're now ready to pick up the bloody cotton pad using the metal forceps and the plastic paper so it can prevent any growth of mold. We then seal the bag. And then afterwards, we fill out the paperwork with the chain of custody and the evidence.
He was running from a cop car, jumping on that gate on a big car. And was like too far.
It is important to make sure to label and to completely seal all the evidence so we are able to easily identify each one of them and easily admissible in court. We put down the case number, item description, evidence inventory, and all the things details, including with the evidence inventory label. We also write down the chain of custody where we write our names, the time we got it, the date we got it, to make sure there's organization whenever we pass on the evidence to either the labs, the police, detectives, or the courts.
It is important to separate the witnesses because it prevents them from working together to create a collusion, which is a story.
And here we have our witness. May I ask you these questions?
I give you permission.
When did the crime occur?
It was September 29th, right after school.
And who called in the crime?
I did.
Who was the victim?
The victim, I didn't really get a good look at the person, but I think it was an adult female.
Can the perpetrator be identified?
I saw another guy, he was running the area of the school. He looked like he was a little bit worried.
And what did you see happen?
I was trying to get homecoming together, and it was raining, so we had to do a whole other setup. So we had to go to plan B, and I was at the SGA closet down 300 hallway, and this dude runs by me and hits me because he was running so fast, and it smelled like something was burning. So I went to go see, and then that's when I saw a little paper burning, and I saw a body.
And where were you when you observed this scene?
I was in the 300s hallway.
Thank you so much for
Oh my God!